This camera fly-through text effect looks complicated, but guys, it's actually super easy to create in After Effects. Let's break it down in After Effects. Alright, so let's start with creating a new composition. The dimensions are fine and the duration is around 10 seconds, and now let's go to this 3D renderer, and from here you have to choose this classic 3D. Now click on OK. Let's create the background first, so I'll right click here and I'll go to this new and then click on this solid, and I will choose this little gray shade and then click on OK. And now rename this to background. Now guys, type your text here, so I'll click on this type tool and I'll add my text. And now by selecting this layer, go to this align panel and then align your text to the center. So this is my text and right now it's center, but its anchor point is not in the center. And we need to make this anchor point in the center, so I will select my text layer, I'll hold on this control key and then I will double click on this. And now my anchor point is in the center of this text. So now guys, we need to add a camera to make this environment into 3D. So I'll right click here again and I will go to this new and then I'll click on this camera. The preset which I'm using is 35mm and rest all the settings are good to go, and I will simply just click on OK. Now after adding this camera, we need to control this camera as well with the null layer. So I will right click here and I will click on new and then I will click on this null object. Now guys, first convert your text and your null into 3D object, and now you can parent your camera to this null. And if you don't see this parent and link option, just right click here, then go to columns and click on this parent and link. Now let's animate the position of camera. So I will go to this null layer and then I will press P for position and I'll add a keyframe at this point. And now let's move this keyframe to around 4 or 5 seconds. This depends on you totally. And in the start, you need to change this Z space to around -2000 almost. Alright, so now I need to add a depth of field in this. So in order to do that, I'll expand this camera and then I'll go to this camera options. Now guys, in these camera options, turn on this depth of field and move your aperture from 17 to something like this, around 500 or 600. Alright, so now your text will reveal something like this. Now simply just select your both keyframes and press F9 to easy ease. And after this, go to this graph editor and I will select this and I'll make this shape to something like this. This process is going to give this a more subtle and more detailed animation. Alright, so now we need to add a few more text in this environment in this circle. So I will simply just go to this one view to two view. And now this is the top view and this is the front view and this is your camera right here. So this is your camera. This is the first text which we have added. And now we just need to make a few duplicates of this text. So I will simply select this text and I'll press Ctrl D to make a duplicate. And let's move it a little like this. And I will position it something like this in front of the previous text. And again guys, this is my camera, this is my first text, this is my second text. So I will move it a little below. So I will move this little away from the previous text and a little closer to the camera. And now let's make another duplicate of this text. So I'll press Ctrl D and now I will place it to something like this. Now let's add another text. So I'll press Ctrl D again and I will move it to something like this. And guys, make sure the distance between all the text should be same so it looks a little more professional that way. Alright, so this is my first text, this is my second text, this is the camera, this is third, fourth, fifth, and you can add as many texts as you want. So guys, after adding all these texts, let's close this to one view and I will make it full screen. Now here you can position these all the text as you like. So I will move them a little away, something like this. And now I will change the text. So I will select all the layers one by one and I will change the text. Guys, you can add as many texts as you want. You simply just have to make a duplicate of this text and then change its position and then change your text. And for example, if you want to change the Z position of any text, you can go to this one view to two view, just select your text layer and then you can move it like this. Let's change the depth of field to a little more. Alright, so this is how our animation is looking right now and it's looking fine, but we just need to make a few more tweaks with this animation to make it a little more professional. Alright, so first of all, go to the start of your video and select all your text layers by pressing Shift and click. And now I will press T for the opacity and I'll add a keyframe at this point and I'll make it 0. And then after a few frames, I'll make it complete 100 like this. And now I will select all of these and I'll press F9 for easy ease. Alright guys, so there is one last thing which I'll do to this animation is I'll go to this null and I'll press R for rotation, and I will click on this Z rotation and I will make it to something around 30 like this, and then after a few frames I will make it 0. Awesome. So now go to this camera and press P for position. Now guys, put a keyframe on this position and then move it a little away, and then go to the start again and then create a keyframe at this point as well. And now in the middle of these both keyframes we can change the position to something like this to make it a little more interesting. Awesome, so this is our final animation. If you need the project file of this text animation, you can find the link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.